Hello, raiders and rampant... rampant something. I had something in mind. Doesn't matter. Welcome along to Final Fantasy XIV, where currently there's some politics happening in Ishgard. Caravan has been raided, and we need to go deal with it. And, I suspect if I run into any kind of combat trouble, these people can bail me out. So onto the flying motorcycle we go, and off to inspect something or other. I'm gonna be a detective. You know, I think it's very polite of the raiders that they overturned the wagon, but they didn't destroy it. Like, look, even the canvas is complete. There's a space whale. Even the canvas is completely intact. They're very polite people, frankly. Move along, adventurer. There's nothing for... Ah, Lord Horshavan bid you speak with us. Then you must be... Oh, beg your pardon, Scion. As you can see, they left... There's a reindeer. They left nary a crate behind. Tipped the wagon for good measure, even. The whole thing's a bit odd, if you ask me. Would have been easier to steal it, though a damn sight harder to conceal it, I'll allow. Reckon they came prepared, probably with wagons of their own, hidden a ways off. Ah, but pay no heed to my ramblings. Absent of proof, 'tis not but speculation. Might be, as the squire receiving care at the observatorium could tell you something more factual. That is, if he's awake. Unlike myself, he was there during the attack. Not that his presence amounted to much. Oh, come on, dude. The guy just survived an attack. Like, don't be shitty at him like that. What was he supposed to do? Die for a few crates? Okay, well, out to the wilderness and then straight direct back where we came from. That's Final Fantasy, baby. You've come to ask about the attack, haven't you? We came upon them before the entrance to the Halls of the Seven Echoes. Pilgrims, we marked them as. Lost and ill-equipped for a journey further north. Our leader called out to them, and one stepped forward to answer. Slowly she approached, her silver hair flowing in the wind like melting snow. Just a young girl, I thought, some poor lost lamb in search of salvation. Okay, yeah, okay. You seem to have been struck unusually by her looks. Our leader must have thought the same, else why would he let her draw so close? They exchanged some words I couldn't hear, and she leaned forward as if to kiss his cheek. And then he sighed and crumpled to the ground. I didn't know what had happened till I saw the snow turn red. And then there was red everywhere I looked. I tried to fight, but took a blow to the head, and by the time I came to, the others were dead, and the heretics were unloading the wagon. I couldn't... I mean, they would have killed me, so I just lay still and listened. Iceheart's people spoke of deliverance and resurrection, and they spoke of Shiva. I mean, you did the right thing. Never, ever die for someone else's profits. Do not do that. Like, there's no bond of loyalty that's worth dying over some stuff. Hello, I found out some guys got murdered. Ah, you've returned. What news have you for us? Well, some dudes got killed, and then there was a hot lady who, like, kissed a guy and then he died. Well, it seems Lady Iceheart does not scruple to sully her hands with blood. Who is this Shiva the heretic spoke of? Have you not read a single line of Enchiridion, Master Alphino? Shiva was a traitor to kith and kin, an apostate who What? What? An apostate who lay down with... Wait, hang on. So, there's this meme on Tumblr, right? Like, there's this meme on Tumblr that goes around, like, it's a tweet, I think, where it's like, someone, like, there's this fantasy game chat with developers like, one says, oh, the church is bad, and the crowd goes, yay, and dragons are cool, and the crowd goes, yay, and then someone seizes the microphone and shouts, the church is bad because it won't let you fuck dragons, and then someone commented, this is literally Final Fantasy XIV. They were being serious? Okay, then. Right, well, welcome to the Monster Fucker stream, I guess. No, we can't expect all foreigners to know English Guardian scripture so well, particularly when it concerns the patron saint of heresy. So heresy So heresy means fucking dragons. Okay, then.
Wait, you say she's their patron saint? Oh no, it all makes sense now. Lord Horsefant, what was the caravan's cargo?
If I recall correctly, the Diamond Forge had requested a rather large quantity of crystals.
Do you not see? Iceheart and her followers intend to summon Shiva as a beast tribe with a primal. Why else would they go to such lengths to secure crystals?
I shall inform the Lord Commander at once. Lord Horsefant, would you agree that discretion is of paramount concern? Of course. I trust we can count on your continued support, Master Alphino.
The scions of the Seventh Dawn are sworn to combat the primal threat. Our support is a given. I'll need to send word to my brethren in Reverend's Toll. Our entire order must turn its efforts to the prevention of this summoning. Naturally, that includes you, although I'm sure you'd not miss this for the world.
Yeah, it's kind of what I do. Ooh. I mean, I don't really like the cutoff. Like, they're clearly cut off in order to allow for, like, big warrior boots, but... Oh, those are nice. Those are some nice pants. Why can't I use those? Okay, those are a little silly. Yeah, there we go. These are all terrible. Holy shit. I mean, they'd be good in the right outfit, but not on brick.
The persistent attack on our caravan seemed little more than a nuisance at first.
I just noticed the dancing.
The heretics were a problem, to be sure, but a relatively minor one. That was before I discerned the purpose behind their attacks, of course. Now they have my undivided attention. After apprising Minfilia of the situation, I shall summon a unit of Crystal Braves to assist us. As for you, Brick, pray join me in White Brim Front. Since the incident at Snowcloak, the Knights of House Durandare have redoubled their reconnaissance efforts in the region. It is my hope that they have information which may help us determine precisely where the heretics are hiding. Given our mutual enemy, Lord Drillmon should be eager to oblige us. Shall I see you there, then? Good.
If you weren't here a little bit earlier, they were doing push-ups on the war table last time I was in here. Now they're dancing and sweeping the floor. Oh my god, I love you guys. I want to just sit in there watching. That really is a cool outfit. Like, I really do genuinely like this outfit for this Lalafell, really. Like, that's really nice. Also, just the fucking drip. Runs the gamut from, like, the distressingly horny to the sort of dignified, scholarly fantasy sort of thing. Like kind of like a Castlevania character, almost, this outfit. Very much like a Castlevania character, actually. Aww. Oh my god, is this also a mount? Is this a mount or is this an emote? Is this thing gonna fly? Is that what's gonna happen? The timing. Just whoop. Yeah, literally the I must go, my planet needs me. Oh, my lord. Oh, hey. Thank you for the subscription, Pox. That's very kind of you. And Gabriel Rigaud, 15 minutes ago. Hope you like the fursuit shenanigans love sign. I don't know. Did that one get read out by the TTS? I can't remember if it did. I hope it did, because I really want that stuff to work. Oh, I need to go up the stairs? Well, let's go up the stairs in a normal way. Vroom! Hey, Dremont. The Scions of the Seventh Dawn wish to join the hunt for Iceheart. Your assistance is more than welcome, my friends. Considering the report I just received, I dare say your timing could be no better. We are all ears, Lord Dremont. A band of pilgrims was seen transporting a large number of crates to the west. Their garb appears to match the description provided by the squire who survived the attack. Alas, our scouts lost track of them at Snowcloak, that self-same frozen wall which we speculate might conceal the heretics' hideaway. Suffice it to say, the disappearance of these pilgrims and their provisions all but confirm our suspicions. I've heard enough. My knights will join the hunt.
I took the liberty of summoning a unit of Crystal Braves to Whitebrim Front. Given the gravity of the situation, I trust you will agree that we must use every resource available to us.
These are extraordinary circumstances, Commander. It would be in our best efforts to coordinate our efforts. Best interests, rather.
Such was my intent from the start, Sir Aymeric. And so it begins, my friend. Though I dare say it will provide an all-too-brief collaboration, Iceheart will not long elude the combined forces of the Crystal Braves and the Temple Knights for long. Nevertheless, a wise man does not wager all upon the success of a single solution. There may yet be a subtler means by which we can locate the heretic's lair. Mayhap Lord Dremont has one in mind.
Ooh, foreshadowing.
Yes, excellent. My lady, everything has been accounted for. If there's aught else you would have us do, pray speak, and it shall be done.
I see Chad is getting excited about another NPC. I will say, it looked like a nice little outfit, but so far, not sure exactly what you're getting excited about. I guess I'm about to find out. Let's see. That's not really worth glamming.
I call upon my snowman people, bless the sky and stream.
Yes, absolutely. Thank you. Thank you for that tip, Bun Bun Senpai. That's very kind of you. Why did I just get a thing on my phone? Because of no reason, apparently. Okay. It always disconcerts... I kind of like those shoes, by the way. Not for this outfit, but I kind of like those shoes. I could put together an outfit around those shoes. Except I can't, because you can only use them if you're a goddamn mage person, which is annoying. It seems as though we're always one step behind. Our quarry ever just beyond our reach. Though I would like to believe that the tables are about to turn, I must confess to having certain doubts. A joint effort may succeed where others have failed, but it could yield the same result. Fortunately, we're not without other options. I trust you haven't forgotten Inquisitor Guillaume. We have not. The mystery of how the heretic remained undiscovered for so long has been much in our thoughts, as is the question of what steps might be taken to prevent a similar breach of security in the future. It's true, you can never tell who's a dragon fucker just by looking at them. Accordingly, we conducted an exhaustive and covert evaluation of everyone in Whitebrim Front. They checked all of the browsing histories. Though some were found to have committed certain minor transgressions, we identified only one possible heretic. If this man has pledged himself to Iceheart's cause, he will have taken note of the movements of the Temple Knight and the Crystal Braves, and upon recognizing their intent, he may attempt to warn the heretics. The man's watch is to end soon, at which point he must report to Sir Jean-Germain on the yard. I would have you keep an eye on him. If he ventures beyond the walls, follow him discreetly. Should he meet with a heretic, do not interfere. Simply watch and listen. I've seen to it that the suspect knows nothing which could endanger our plans. No, yeah, subtlety. Me and my 480 incredibly flamboyant friends will follow him with the utmost discretion. Don't you worry about that. The suspected heretic leaves through the southwest gate. Well, time to follow him as subtly as I can. Donk, 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 donk. Ka-chunk, 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 ka-chunk. Nobody suspects a thing. Hello. Donk, donk, donk. Don't mind me, I'm just hiding over here. Come on, everyone! We're following the heretic guy! Okay. Shh, 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 shh. Everyone be super subtle. Everyone be really quiet. We don't want him to suspect anything. We don't want him to be weirded out at all. This is so fucking funny. It's just... Oh. Oh yeah, stealth mission. Jane put the Metal Gear music all over there. Oh Lord. Just... Oh my god. Stealth mission. Oh Lord. Hey, where in the seven hells are you? I'm freezing my bollocks off over here.
I'm here, you blundering oaf. Why are you late?
Standing on the wall, why else? Yeah, I have duties to fulfill, you know.
Your sole duty is to... Bloody Echo, lower your voice so they'll hear us in White Brim Front.
Yes, of course. The Temple Knights are... snowcloak.
This is what you bring to me. We already knew about... Our comrades in Boulder Downs will use the tunnels... dead before they know what's happening. Nevertheless... If you waste my time again, is that clear?
Just... I love the absurdity. God, like this is... Not to get too personal, not to get too personal, but like I've never really connected that much with MMOs. I've never really connected that much with like massive multiplayer games of most kinds. I'm more of a single player guy. Like I mostly like to just play games on my own and go through the story and experience things. But I gotta say, Final Fantasy XIV is winning me over to the benefit of just having people around. And the unintentional hilarity. Like, it's undercutting everything about the narrative, but I love it. In wonderful, wonderful ways. Hello, I'm back from my stealth mission. Well, did your investigation bear fruit? I see. I shall have the man detained at once. His guilt is plain. Would that you could have heard their words more clearly. Yet the few snatchers you were able to make out are nonetheless enlightening. It would seem the heretics are aware of our operation and confident they can thwart it. Their comrades in Boulder Downs are key to their plans, which means it is key to our plans that they be rooted out and put to the sword. Yeah, don't put them on trial or anything. That would just be inconvenient. We've long suspected that the heretics use a network of secret tunnels to traverse the highlands undetected. Given what you overheard, I fear that snowcloak may be riddled with such passageways, and that the heretics in Boulder Downs are planning to use them to take our forces unawares. Needless to Is that a fucking elephant? Okay. Needless to say, we cannot allow that to happen. A contingent of House Durandare Knights are on patrol in the area, and I shall order them to begin searching for the heretics That's 2 elephants now, okay. At once. But knowing nothing of our enemy's number or readiness, I cannot say for sure that they will be sufficient. It would put my mind at ease if you would consent to assist my knights with the search. I know they would take courage from the presence of so storied a warrior. And... Fucking hell. Oh my fucking god. Oh, Jesus. Okay, I'm trying to voice act over here. Oh my god. Pray rendezvous with them at Boulder Downs. If Halone is kind, we may catch these heretics before their plans come to fruition. Show them no mercy, Brick. The lives of our allies are at stake. Okay. Oh my fucking god. Okay, I'm gonna play an ad because someone redeemed that. And maybe that'll give me some time to recover. Excuse me for a minute. It's just the way that, like, one person brought out the elephant and then everyone started bringing out their chunkiest motherfucking mounts. Oh my god. The ad won't play if you have, like, an ad blocker, and I think it doesn't play if you're subscribed. I don't know how that works exactly on Twitch, but I told it to play an ad, so presumably it's doing that. And I'm just gonna wait for that to... Pyrox, thank you for that. Yeah, it doesn't play for subs. Thank you for that subscription. That's very kind of you. Subs don't see ads, but you saw it. Okay, yeah. It's just like one person sat on an elephant, and then everyone started bringing out their biggest motherfuckers. Oh, Lord. Oh, that's a cool hat. And somehow the fucking... that self-serious, like... like this self-serious organ music. Behind it all. Like, so... toccata it fugue. It is ostentatiousness, just makes it better. Oh, good lord. Welcome back from the ad break, for those of you who saw it. Thank you for sitting through it. Oh my god. Review the elephant. Yes, okay. So, I mean, it's an elephant. There's not necessarily that much to say about the thing intrinsically. But one thing I do note about it, first of all, that it has a furry tail that is wagging like a dog, which I think is a cute little detail. But also, just the texturing on this motherfucker, right? Like, just the sheer amount of wrinkles that this thing has on it, which is a little bit unusual if you pay attention to, like a lot of other Final Fantasy creatures, like the Gobu, for example. You'd think the Gobu would have, like, a similar sort of leathery skin to the elephant, but this thing is, like, way more rendered. And that's because the Gobu is trying to affect a sort of fantasy aesthetic, right? Like, it's a fantasy creature, specifically a Final Fantasy creature. Whereas, this is trying to affect a real animal. This is trying to look like a real elephant. And trying to imitate, like, the texturing of that, rather than sort of a fantasy creature. So I think, like, just in terms of the way the artists have rendered it, they've sort of defaulted to a more... I won't say realistic, it's still stylized, but it's like a sort of more realistic-ish stylization on the way that this creature is put together. You can kind of see that with the eyes, too. Like, especially compared to the Gobu, which is just like a pair of buttons. But even, like, if you look at something like this phoenix creature, or yeah, this griffin thing, whatever the hell that is. Like, those eyes are like genuinely quite soulful, aren't they? Like they have this sort of sunken in, fleshy emotion to them almost. Like, this elephant looks like it has a specific feeling inside of it, which is quite cute. Anyway, where are we going? I get so fucking derailed by you people. Oh, I forgot the tank. I forgot there was this little tiny tank. Oh, that seems to be a lot of dead people. Hi. Hello. Hateful Harrier. Yeah, you guys are in a little bit of trouble right now, actually. Oh no, I have been ambushed and I am all alone. Let's see. Search the heretic's effects. How? There we go. See, I said this earlier. They always carry the crucial evidence in their pockets. It's very convenient. Everyone knows that the first principle of info security is you write out your orders and everything you're doing on a piece of parchment, and you put that in your pocket so that if someone kills you, they can find it and know everything about what you're doing. Oh, watch the room fill up.
My knight sent no word of your coming, Brick. What has happened? What is that in your hand?
What does it say? Discovered on the body of a slain heretic, this yellowing document is covered in a complex code of seemingly random letters and numbers.
By the Fury. Those were veterans with years of service. And now they lie dead in the snow. Their bodies must be recovered, and...
Families notified?
No. No, we have not the men to spare. Not now. Not while Iceheart prepares to summon an abomination.
No, you have the men to spare, because, like... I'm the one who's going to be fighting the Shiva when it inevitably gets summoned, so don't worry about that. You can send a few guys.
The heretics you dispatched were not of sufficient number to contend with the combined strength of the Temple Knights and the Crystal Braves. There must be others, and I'll wager they're on their way to Snowcloak as we speak. To make matters worse, it seems the traitor you followed managed to pass to the heretics something of value after all. The parchment you recovered is a timetable of the guardsmen's watches at the outpost in Snowcloak. This traitor was stationed there long before he aroused our suspicions. Would that we had caught him sooner. With this information, the heretics would know when the watch was the weakest. They could use their tunnels with impunity and prepare their ambush. The timetable has not changed, you see. Of course, it will be changed now, but the heretics may already be in position. House Durandere must send reinforcements, even if it means withdrawing knights from the Stone Vigil. I can see no other way to safeguard the lives of our allies.
I mean, I could go there. I don't know if you've noticed, but I have a few friends with me. Yeah, there we go. Hello.
I trust you will not discuss the events which transpired in Snowcloak too openly. The heretic is dead, and the lords of the high houses know of your deeds. That is what matters.
I mean, I wouldn't mind if their families also knew what happened.
Time is of the essence, Brick. While my knights make ready to depart, the heretics may take our allies in a Snowcloak unawares. Superior training and equipment will avail them not if they are caught down ere their swords are drawn. But all is not yet lost. If you leave now, there may still be time to warn them. Make haste, I beseech you. Fly to Snowcloak and tell Sir Emmerich everything we have discovered.
Okay, I'll go.
Okay, no crystals in the immediate vicinity. Vroom! Hello. Oh, that's really nice. Like, that's very well appointed. That's really cool. Like, so there's like clearly you've got an ice theme going on here with the snow crystals and like the blue and the white. And that works really well with the weapon. I don't know if that's like a set thing, like if it's all meant to fit together, but ooh, scary demon eye in the middle of that's well appointed. That's well put together. And I do like it, like in terms of like there's a little bit more color in the hair with the purple. That's sort of contrast against, because all of this is so desaturated, and then we get that little bit of bright. That works quite well together, actually. It's quite nice. Like, if I had to sort of, like, it's often difficult to sort of review a character in terms of, like with Hoshifan and with Emmerich, you can kind of sort of get a sense of what their characters are supposed to be like in the narrative, because they're designed from the ground up to communicate a kind of personality. That's a little bit harder to do with, like, a custom character. So, like, I don't know that if in terms of, like, if this is an OC that has a personality, I don't know. But if I were to guess, like, it's, like, ice is usually sort of a thing that's associated with, like, calmness and with deadliness, with that, like, with a calm heart and a determined disposition. So, like, if that's what you're trying to sort of evoke with this, like, that definitely works. Especially since the hair is, like, relatively... Like, it's not an ostentatious look for the character generally. I like the little face ornament thing. It's not an ostentatious look for the character, so they look kind of subdued. Like, it's very extra gear, obviously, but they look quite subdued. Like, they don't look like someone who goes around yelling and screaming or whatever. They look like someone who's, like, speaks quietly and carries a huge fuck-ups off sword with a demon eye right in the middle of it. That's quite a nice character design. Oh, hello. And again, the TTS is not text-to-speech. Would you kindly read out people's messages when they do the thing? That's annoying. Ryuzan, thank you for that resubscription. Hey, Sky, I wasn't here for a lot of it, and I'm sure you had a lot of opinions, but what are your thoughts on the major Isgardian characters you've met so far? I don't have any strong thoughts on them yet. I don't really feel like I've gotten to know them enough to have a strong opinion. Like, I don't know where their narrative is particularly taking them yet. So I don't think I have a strong opinion to offer you there. Rick, this is a welcome surprise. Perhaps the only one thus far. As you can see, we have yet to uncover any hidden... You have my gratitude. Truth be told, we suspected the heretics might be plotting such an attack. Now that we have confirmation, I shall place my knights on high alert. Has Commander Levier been informed? The Braves must be made aware. Yes, let's talk to Alfino. Dude, you really need to dress for the weather. I mean, I know I'm not one to talk, but still. I'm really not one to talk. It must be here. I'm certain of it. Why else would they go to such lengths to defend Snowcloak? 'Tis but a pity this discovery comes when our enemy has at such a disadvantage. Forewarned though we be, the heretics know the terrain far better than we. I dare not think how many are watching us at this very moment. Confound it. This is all wrong. Iceheart has us scrambling to save our own skins when we should be rightly straining every sinew to find her and stop this damnable summoning. There she is! Someone yells. Come here, girl. Oh. Hey, Ida! That was close. They didn't hurt you, did they? Only my pride, Ida. There will be others nearby. We must see that they're given a similarly warm welcome. Commander Olivier! Yu Haze. Oh, hello. There's been a development, sir. Together with the Temple Knights, we have secured the entrances to some half-dozen tunnels after spotting the enemy breaking the surface. But that's not all, sir. We think that one of them may be important. Certainly, the heretics near flung themselves upon our swords to defend it. Aha! Just as I suspected. Among this warrens of tunnels lies the entrance to Iceheart's lair. Summon the others. We're going in. Fun fact, whenever they say confound it in the Japanese, they say kuso, which is much more closer to fuck it. Cool. A moment, Alfino. The tunnel in question is barely wide enough for 2 men abreast. We cannot say with any certainty where it leads, much less what is waiting for us there.
Furthermore, we have no way of knowing how many heretics are still lurking here on the surface. What if they were to converge on this point after we entered the tunnel? For all we know, we could be funneling our forces into a trap. I take your point. If the tunnel is indeed as narrow as you say, the greater numbers would be more a hindrance than a help. Should we encounter difficulty, our own allies would become an obstacle to escape. A change of plans. While we rendezvous with Sir Emmerich and keep the heretics at bay here, you will go wherever the tunnel leads. If you find Iceheart at the end of it, do not let her escape. You venture into the unknown, so see that you're prepared for anything. I suggest you come upon your allies, though not too many or Papalima will sulk.
The entrance to the tunnel, sir. It's just over there. Had we not seen the heretics breaking the surface, we would never have noticed it. Per Sir Emmerich's orders, we will stand guard outside. Please be aware that even should you encounter significant resistance, we cannot leave our post.
Sure you can. Hey, oh, is this a dungeon? Cool. Well, then I'll need a party, won't I? Oh, right, it's the Yokai Watch integration thing. Right, well, as is my wont, I'll just invite people randomly if they want to come along. That's some lovely music, isn't it? Right then. Oh, cool. What the hell? That's new. Little cards. Okay, I need to remember to zoom out here. Since I believe we are leveled down so that it's actually conceivably difficult. Man, I always feel bad like when there's dog monsters or something in a game, and they give them little dog whining noises, like a dog that's been hit or something when they die. That's so mean of them, honestly. Hello. A fellow bear. Whoa, okay. Whatever that is seemed large. Bonk. The white bear drops a tiny key. A door to silence. Okay. Hello. Ice bomb. Classic palette swap. Not that I mind it, like that's just kind of necessary when you make a game on this scale. Ooh, hello. Okay, let's just, before we go in there, can I... Darn. Okay, hang on. I think, isn't there a command to where you can target someone and make G-pose, like, zoom in on them? I think that was one. People taught me a thing for that at one point. ICAM, right. It's not G-pose, it's ICAM. Where if I could, get that to swap over to the... Hello. Hi. I want to look at the monster. There we are. Hello. Hey, can you guess what element this monster is? Can you guess? Can you guess what element it is? ICAM and then... T. There we go. Can you guess the element? Can you guess what it's made of? Can you guess? So this is like an example of like classic ultra unsubtle fantasy monster character design, right? Like everything about this little beastie is like so on the nose with its elemental affinity. It's the kind of character design that you'd get in a game. Like, are there elemental weaknesses in Final Fantasy XIV? Because I don't think there are, right? Like, it's not like fire spells will do more damage to this thing. But it's the kind of character design that's created. It's a character design style that was created for those JRPGs back in the olden times, when a character design needed to be able to communicate specifically to the player exactly what the fuck this monster's deal is on the level of the mechanics of the game, right? Like, when it's an ice monster, you need to know that it's an ice monster so that you can be clever and go, that looks like ice. I can use fire on it and get extra damage, right? Like, that's where this style of character design comes from. That's where this utilitarian approach to communicating a character to the player. Thank you for that enlightening view, Final Fantasy XIV. That's very helpful. Like, that's where that comes from. But in a game like Final Fantasy XIV, where there isn't, as people are saying in chat, like, there used to be elemental weaknesses, but not anymore. In a game like Final Fantasy XIV, where those elemental weaknesses don't exist anymore, it becomes a style of character design that's just kind of a little silly. Like, it's sort of way over the top and kind of weird and retro and silly. I wouldn't be surprised if this, like many other Final Fantasy character designs, like if this was a throwback to some sprite in Final Fantasy 2 or 3 or something, like some old character design that Yoshitaka Amano did way the hell back in the day that's then gotten updated to be reused in 14, because Final Fantasy 14 loves doing that shit. But it's like you can kind of see like this old retro style of character design conflicting a little bit with the general style, or rather it should conflict with the general style of Final Fantasy XIV, but arguably it doesn't, which is interesting. Anyway, hello. I hope you don't have any one-hit KOs. I'm just gonna stand here and hit you with an axe, and then my friends are gonna do all the actual killing you. Oh, a Rimtours. That's an interesting little... So Rimtours are actually from Norse mythology. And what they are is essentially ice giants. A Tursa is kind of, sort of a kind of Jotun. Like a kind of, like one of those like, giants. Except they're sometimes conceived of as a slightly different subspecies of them. A Rimtours reside in the realm of Niflheim, which is the realm of ice and snow. Primordial ice and snow. It's the opposite realm of Muspelheim, which is the realm of fire. And they're sort of conceived of as elemental forces of winter, essentially. That sort of govern the passage of winter, and like that are a threat. If you're traveling around in wintertime, you might run into Rimtours while you're out and about, and they can do terrible things to you and frostbite and shit like that. Not that any of that matters to Final Fantasy XIV, I'm sure. Like, I don't think there's much overlap between the mythology and here, but it's an interesting idea. Ooh. Big guy. That's almost kind of a Star Wars character design, this one, isn't it? Again, not sure there's that much to say about it, but there's a little bit of a Star Wars vibe to this character. So could you go up to the front? Thank you. Like that, right? Like that kind of looks like something that would come straight out of like the Jim Henson Creature Shop. Like that looks like something that would be like a costume. Like it's almost like a Wampa, right? Which is quite, it's like very chunky, very big, very exaggerated. Classic Yeti character design. Like sort of not much to say about it, I think, but just kind of charming, like with the big sort of chewy, like rawr, rawr, rawr. Like that little chewing motion, like he's chewing curds, like a cow or something. That's quite cute. Anyway, I'm gonna throw my axe at him. Here, have an axe. But yeah, not the most interesting dungeon design I've ever seen, I'll say. Like, it's very pretty, but... I don't feel like there's a lot of storytelling going on here, to be quite frank. Okay. Are we done then? Ish. Trespasser Defiler. So now we're running into dragons. Now there's a little bit of the storytelling I was looking for. Because thus far, we've only really run into creatures that seem like they're native to the environment. But now, as we come upon the Simps and the Dragon Legion... He must not harm the lady! It seems like a little bit of storytelling is happening. RC Scooter, thank you very much for that subscription. Don't kill the next one too quickly. Yeah, I know. Like, he had little simp lines I saw. Oh, it's not RC Scooter. Yes, RC Scooter resubscribed a minute ago. Thank you. And Discu Blocky subscribed for 1 month at tier 1. Thank you very much. And I think Instant Design Review. Once you're done with the dungeon, could you check my Reaper Glam? The character is Cluthia Soulspear. Yes, I can try and do that. Remind me, because I may get distracted by things. Oh, and Board Gamer, thank you very much for that subscription with Prime. That's very kind of you. Oh, shit, he turned into a dragon. Well, that explains a few things. Okay, so they can turn into dragons. That's where the dragon fucking comes in, I assume. Ooh, Ice Wolf. Fenrir, it's called even. Okay, well, we're back to Norse mythology once again. It's an obvious place to go when you're talking about, you know, when you're in an icy environment, obviously. But yeah, Fenrir is the great wolf of Norse mythology. He's a wolf that grows larger than mountains and has the strength to, like, break the land asunder if he so chooses. Once upon a time, he was a beloved pet of the gods. He's a son of Loki, by the way. Loki had Fenrir with a giant called Angerboda. And the children of that union were Fenrir and Midgårdsormen, like Midgårdsormer, also known as Jormungandr, and Hel, who is the goddess of Hel, which is hell. Nola Fagarm, yeah, I know. And Fenrir, like, started out as an adorable little wolf puppy, but then grew larger and larger and larger. And the Norse gods became more and more concerned about him. Like, they became more and more afraid of him because he became more and more difficult to control. And so eventually they tricked him and tied him up with chains that were essentially unbreakable. And now he's tied up until Ragnarok comes, when he'll finally break free of his chains and he'll devour Odin during Ragnarok. And Odin will slay him in turn. None of this matters to Final Fantasy XIV, I suspect. Odin is in Final Fantasy XIV, which is the thing. Is like, they could have done something more interesting with Fenrir, but he's also a summon that shows up in a lot of Final Fantasy games. Like, he's sort of a classic summon from Final Fantasy's past. I think he... When was the last one he showed up? And I don't think he was in 12. But yeah, like, a reason why you might associate Fenrir with ice is because one of the things that herald the coming of Ragnarok is Fimbulwinter, which is a winter that lasts forever. Like an eternal winter that is only broken once the final battle is held and the gods, you know, fight the giants at Ragnarok or Ragnarok. Okay, which ones are going to be the good ones? That one's going to be the good one. Convenient for me. Okay, I think we've got him. There we go.
La 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 la.
Seriously, Square, I'm begging you, give me the option to equip a better victory animation. Please. Good news, the victory animation changes. Good. Jesus, I'm so tired of Brick, like, just kind of going,
Yay! Yay! I have defeated the evil guy who was about to destroy the world.
Tales do not do you justice, warrior of light.
ma'am? Miss
Yes.
Dragonfucker?
I know who you are, and you know who I am.
Ooh.
I was given the name Izel, but I earned the name Iceheart.
Striking. Okay, that's a cool little move. Like giving her those bright white eyes. Or yeah, icy white eyes and like the pale lipstick and like they're really leaning very hard into the ice theming on this girl. Or lady, I should say.
This endless cycle of hatred, of bloodshed, of sorrow. You would see it continue, O noble warrior of light.
Honestly, lady, if you ask me, you should all be allowed to fuck all the dragons you want. But, you know, you can't be doing that with all the murder.
I would not. I will not. I will bring an end to this war between dragon and man, no matter the cost.
I wish I could get a better, closer look at you. Then this is a little far away. So, as someone points out in chat, like, Amaric, yeah, I know, Saki, don't worry, I was planning on it. As someone points out in chat, like, she and Amaric have a similar taste in fashion. There is something similar going on there. But notice that Iceheart here has none of the militarism, right? Like, there's none of the, like, the sort of knightly armor. There's none of, like, the sort of those appointments of institutional rank on her. She has the same color scheme. Like, she wears the same, like, blue, white, and gray, that like, Amaric does, which I don't know necessarily if that indicates some kind of affinity between them, like, in the sense of them having a similar outlook or a similar alignment. But they wear similar colors. That might just be because they're Ishgardian, you know? You could mistake her for an adventurer. Yeah, exactly. You could mistake her for an adventurer. She wears something that's much more civilian in its outlook. She doesn't look like a hierophant. She doesn't look like a priest. She doesn't look like a knight templar or whatever. She looks more like a civilian person. But also her character design is unmistakably unique, right? Like, I'm sure you can buy that outfit in one of the shops somewhere. So like 1 million players are running around wearing it. But it's still unmistakably like more elaborate, more distinct, more unique than what any random run-of-the-mill NPC in this world would run around wearing. It's still recognizably custom, which sort of marks her out as someone who's particularly special.
In time, you will come to understand that what we do for the greater good.
Oh, there's a lot of atrocities that have been justified that way, Miss Iceheart. You'll need a better argument.
For Eorzea. For Hydaelyn.
Well, okay, so you're calling out the light specifically. That's interesting. Hey, Brick, I don't wanna like give you shit or anything, but we were told very specifically not to let her escape and also not to let her summon Shiva. I feel like we're doing that right now. Both of those things. Yeah. Good job, me. I mean, I can't blame him that much. Like, hot lady shows up, does a cool monologue. I would probably also just like, I'll just be like, let her cook. Let's just see what she's doing, right? Like, but, you know, that's a lot of Fenrir. Hello, Fenrir and Fenrir and Fenrir and Fenrir. Okay. Clea Soulspear, I think you asked for an instant design review as well. Oh, hello. Well, now we're cooking with edgelords. Hello, Amaric. Now we're cooking with edgelords. So this is a Reaper, I take it? Some kind of, let's see, examine. Reaper. Wait, that's a class? Okay, cool. Purgatory Helm of Maiming Manalis coat. Cool shit. Okay, so the showpiece of this character design clearly is the helmet. But the reason why it's the showpiece is slightly interesting. This is something I've commented on before, is like a sort of shortcut, a rule of thumb for creating a memorable character design is to have a fairly generic outfit, like create a fairly generic sort of archetypal outfit character design, and then give it like one thing, like one detail that's like out there, that's weird, that's like a little bit like, that's more ostentatious, that's more like notable or memorable. For Brick, like one of the things I did with him is like the glasses, right? Like everything else about him sort of like sort of slutty beach himbo thing going on there, like I talked about. But then that little thing of like the glasses that are just like a little bit like, oh, okay, like that little bit of a gap in between, like we're mixing two things together a bit. And what's being done here is we have most of the outfit here is very desaturated, right? Like there's very little color going on. It's all gray and black and gray and black and gray and black and silver. And then we have the helmet with like bright as motherfucking purple flames just bursting out of the thing. And that ties the thing together a little bit. It prevents the character from being generic, right? You can kind of see something similar happening here. Like we have like Subaru right here. Has a very sort of not a very impressive outfit on its own. It's just a green dress. It's not like super over the top or anything. But then there's that weapon. Like then there's this staff, which is like way the hell over the top. That's another way to do it. And that's being done here quite effectively. Like the helmet is like, I will say it feels, maybe it mismatches the outfit a little bit aesthetically. Maybe. Like mostly in the terms of like the construction of the ornamentation on it, but that's not really something you can control. The idea though is really, really strong because it creates that instant like visual attraction point that sort of makes the whole thing stand out as unique and interesting. That's quite good. Oh, tiny Fenrir, except palette swapped and probably fire elemental or something. And we're doing squats again. What the fucking chicken hat? Oh, Lord. You silly goobers. Who do I need to talk to? Alfino. Where are you? It's very easy to lose you in all of this. There you are.
Well, that took longer than expected. What news, Rick? So, Iceheart is but a pseudonym. Not that it matters. That she managed to escape is regrettable. Yeah, no, she I just couldn't stop her, you know? She was so agile, she just, like, dashed all around the room, like she did, like, disappearing things and teleportation stuff, and, like, appeared behind me and said nothing personal. Like, she was just all over the place. I couldn't catch her at all. Boy, no way to stop her. She's just slippery, that lady. That she managed to escape is regrettable, but from your description of that beast, you did well to come as close as you did. In any case... Oh, hello. Now that you've cleared a path, the Temple Knights can begin to survey the tunnels in earnest. Mayhap they'll even find a route past their ice wall. Wouldn't that do wonders for the fight against the heretics? The Crystal Braves would certainly share the credit for it, too. 12 be praised, Rick, we may yet turn the situation to our advantage. Assuming we stop Iceheart before she summons Shiva, of course. We won't. Needless to say, our fellow scions have not been idle. Minfilia and Urianger have been busy perusing the archives of House Fortin, gathering what information they can on Shiva. Which reminds me, if you were intending to trudge back to Camp Dragonhead to report on the day's events, don't. The antecedents should be here in a minute. I can only assume some people enjoy subjecting themselves to this cold.
Alfin just literally put on a coat. Like, anything. Like, I'm not dressed for the weather, but I'm not complaining either, right?
And actually, looking at the time...
Well, let's, yeah, this seems actually like a decent place to cut an episode. So if you're watching on stream, don't worry. We're still going to keep going. But for those of you who are watching on YouTube, I'm afraid this is as far as the story goes. If you want to watch more, you're going to have to like, comment, and or subscribe. And if you become a member of the channel, you'll get access to these episodes early before they go live to everybody else. If you want to catch the VODs, or indeed catch the recording streams where this playthrough is recorded, you can head on over to the Twitch channel, twitch.tv/tvskine, and either subscribe over there to get the VODs, or just like follow it, and then you'll see when we do the next time we do the recording thing. But yeah, outside of that, thank you very much for watching. Remember to be kind to one another, have solidarity with those who are worse off than yourselves, and may the tides of history wash gently over us all.